When my boyfriend said he wasn't ready for kids, I didn't realize he was already a father. 3 pregnancy tests lined up on my bathroom counter, all positive. I couldn't believe the timing. My boyfriend's birthday was in 2 days, and this was the best present I could ever give him. I threw on my coat and rushed to Target before they closed and immediately started crying when I found a tiny Dodgers onesie in the baby section. Remembering how my boyfriend Dylan talked about teaching his own kid on the field someday, I stuffed the onesie and pregnancy tests in a happy birthday bag and headed to his apartment. I wasn't prepared to be the one that got surprised. When I got to his door, I could hear voices inside, and I figured it could have been anyone until I heard that laugh. That specific laugh that once tormented me in college. It was Paige, his ex. She answered the door wearing his old baseball jersey, the one he'd never let me touch. Her hand immediately went to her stomach as she smirked at me. I felt all the color drain from my face. Oh God, she was pregnant, like several months pregnant. Dylan appeared behind her and instantly went just as pale. Before he could say anything, Paige stepped in. "We've been back together since Christmas," she said, rubbing her belly. "He didn't tell you? We've been living together this week preparing for the baby." F me? Christmas? We'd spent New Year's Eve together, Valentine's Day, even my birthday. All those chances to end things and tell me the truth, only to knock me up too? This evil jerk. I took a deep breath and set the gift bag down on his doorstep. Happy early birthday. On my way home, he called me over and over, but I refused to answer. I blocked him everywhere, even blocked his family, and blocked anyone who tried to help him reach out to me. I moved in with my cousin, hoping for a do-over. Portland was perfect for starting over. Gray and rainy, and nobody knew me. I got a job that didn't care about my pregnancy, and found a doctor who didn't judge when I said there was no father involved. Everything was good, but it was at the prenatal classes where things just rapidly escalated for me. An exhausted guy named Carter walked in late to the class carrying a newborn. "Sorry," he said to the instructor. "Caitlin had a rough night. You can pair up with her," the instructor said, pointing at me, the only other single parent in the room. During the diaper demonstration, his practice doll's head fell off and he just stared at it. 3 months in, and I still can't keep a fake baby together, he muttered, frustrated at himself. I laughed and helped him reattach the head. "She looks pretty healthy for someone whose dad can't work a practice doll," I said. He smiled in appreciation. "I'm just glad babies are a lot sturdier than this thing." We joked around with each other a bit more before Carter sighed and said with a sad expression, "Her mother would have been amazing at this if she were still here." I reached out and put my hand over his. "You're amazing enough. Now don't lose confidence. You're my partner here." He sat up straight and gave the practice another go. We started getting coffee after class. He needed help figuring out his daughter Caitlin's sleep schedule, and I needed someone who didn't look at me with pity. We just talked about normal stuff, baby products and pediatricians and whether organic formula was worth the price, but after a couple of weeks, things shifted. We started hanging out as friends, even calling each other husband and wife when strangers asked. He started coming to my appointments when I mentioned being nervous about going alone, held my hand during the 36-week ultrasound, built the crib I'd ordered online because I couldn't figure out the instructions, all while I took care of Caitlin. It was the life I had always dreamt of having with my ex Dylan. Well, before the cheating. But just like all evil villains, Dylan showed up at my apartment just a few weeks before my baby's due date. He knocked on the door aggressively yelling, "Come on, sweetheart, let me in. You can't keep my kid from me." I opened the door and glared at him. "How's Paige? And your other baby?" His face twisted in annoyance. It wasn't mine. He forced a smile and grabbed my hand gently. "Look, I was wrong for hurting you the way I did, but you need a father for that baby. Someone to take care of you both." "I'm doing just fine without you," I said, trying to close the door. He blocked it with his foot, pushing me backwards while he let himself in. "Come on, sweet cheeks, we can make this work." Carter stepped out from the guest room to check on the commotion. Dylan broke into a horrifying smile. "Are you freaking kidding me? You already found some loser to play daddy? What, you couldn't handle being alone for 5 minutes? Or is he the bio-father too?" "Get out or I'll make you," Carter said, stepping forward, completely towering over Dylan. Dylan took a scared step back and nodded. "I'll get custody. Get you both arrested." He stormed off, shouting about his lawyers, which I guess was just a bluff since we never really heard from him again. Dylan was right about one thing though. My baby did need a father. Good thing we found the perfect one. Carter and I settled down in a house together and tied the knot when Caitlin was old enough to walk down the aisle as a flower girl, and our son was old enough to waddle down with the rings.